days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
Well, I want to be a president of the United States to make sure that we never again do business. We never again I went down there and talked to the president of Panama
6
about
hours,
cleaning up their money
42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
Basic principles of time travel are there. You got your vessel and your portal. The vessel can be just about anything, most likely a spacecraft.
Like a DeLorean.
Aircraft.
You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so,
6
like
hours,
futuristic, you know?
42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
about cleaning up their money laundering.
It leads you here, despite your destination, under the Milky Way tonight.
6 hours,
Wish I knew
You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so,
6 hours, 42 minutes,
something shimmering
12 seconds. That is when the world
It leads you here, despite your destination, under the Milky Way tonight.
6
Basic principles of time travel are there. You got your vessel and your portal. The vessel can be just about anything, most likely a spacecraft.
like a DeLorean.
Aircraft.
You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so, like futuristic, you know?
6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. That is when the world will end.
And it's something quite peculiar,
28 days,
something shimmering and
6 hours, 42 minutes,
it leads you here,
12 seconds.
despite your
That
destination,
is when the world will end.
Milky Way tonight. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might I know what you would find?
Work is done. It always will be. I am inevitable. I won. Tip the cosmic scales to balance.
This is your future.
It's my destiny. That is destiny fulfilled.
Are you watching closely?
People won't believe it. You know, when you show your children or your grandchildren in years to come what New York looked like in the year 2000, and then what New York looked like just a year later, they're going to say, what happened?
Hey, Donald,
it's
in,
hard
the
to
year
believe.
in the year 2000, Donald, you considered running for president.
You considered running for president.
If you had done that and if you had been successful, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
Well, I'd be taking a very, very tough line, Alan. I mean, you know, most people feel...
The canvas. Bill Clinton, after the New Hampshire primary, went out front and had a press conference, and he said, even though he came in second, said, I'm the comeback kid.
That's right.
And look what happened to Bill Clinton.
Right.
Now, if you could translate that for you, where would it be? Where would it take you to? What would be the equivalent of reaching the White House for you?
Well,
of reaching the White House for you. Well,
I think just doing what I'm doing, Charlie. You know, I've had a really great streak over the last year.
Standing before you today, I am the only candidate who can make this promise. I will prevent World War III, because I really believe you're going to have World War III.
The work.
Since its invention in 1838, stereoscopy has been used to create the illusion of a third dimension.
What do you know about a video game called Game Over?
Game Over. Now, fans of the HBO series Game of Thrones will recognise that writing again, mimicking that show. Game Over, he called it.
I know that just about every kid in the world is going to sign on.
So it's a very big spot, a very big rocket he wants to build. His spacecraft would have room enough for 100 people in one spacecraft, and he could launch 1,000 of them at a time.
He's not the guy. I am.
And you are?
I'm the guy. The real guy. And I say we go in, we beat this unwinnable level, and we get to the other side, where untold riches and a bounty fit for 10 kings awaits us.
I knew it. Now he's definitely the guy. But it's unwinnable.
They're lured in by untold wealth and gifts and prizes for the rest of their life, and what it is a big trap.
Nothing is unwinnable. If we join together in battle as one, we play on each other's strengths and help cover each other's weaknesses, we can accomplish anything. And we will accomplish everything. But first, let's go whip this unwinnable level and show it who's boss. Are you with me? Yeah! Stand aside.
Okay, you're the guy again. Get us through this, Junie.
Nolan just told us the secret, and he accomplishes this through carefully mirroring these scenes. First, he shows us the same vanishing act as before, a simple magic trick where one brother disappears at the beginning of the trick, and then the other brother appears at the end of it. This trick is only possible because the brothers are identical. Then he shows us one of the brothers locked in a cage. And again, Nolan challenges us.
Are you watching closely?
Because he's about to show us the same trick, but with people instead of birds. Borden performs a different variation of the same trick.
When the time of the prophecy comes, when all is revealed,
Then the people of the world will rejoice, already knowing who I am. But in the end, when the time comes, everyone will be able to achieve their hopes and dreams. Under my guiding hand, with the light of harmony.
Till that final trump when Satan emerges.
You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
One brother vanishes and the other one appears. Again, only possible because they are identical.
Now, you're looking for the secret, but you won't find it. Because, of course, you're not really looking. You don't really want to know. Want to be fooled.
I'm his girlfriend. Who are you? I'm his sister.
She gave me the map. Map that got us here.
Junie, she's not real. What are you talking about? I've been helping Junie win the game.
She's very mysterious.
We're not quite sure if she's bad or good. I'm Demetria. She's the reason this level's unwinnable. She's the deceiver.
The ignorant will see it the way that the ignorant wish to see. And the wise will see it the way the wise wish to see. The people of the world will rejoice, already knowing who I am.
Sir, do you believe you're the second coming of God? Do you believe you're the second coming of God? Do you believe you're the second coming of God?
If you were, say, Joe Biden, what would your next move be in the war in Ukraine? What would you do?
Peace, immediately. Call back Trump. That's the only way out. That's the only way out.
Call back Trump.
Call back Trump. Because, you know,
In other news, officials at the Pacific Nuclear Research Facility have denied the rumor that a case of missing plutonium was in fact stolen from their vault 2 weeks ago. A Libyan terrorist group had claimed responsibility for the alleged theft. However, officials now attribute the discrepancy to a simple clerical error.
Hello, anybody home? Einstein, come here, boy. What's going on? Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. That is disgusting. What the hell is it?
What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour!
Does it run like on regular unleaded gasoline?
Unfortunately, no. It requires something with a little more kick. Plutonium.
Plutonium. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear?
Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear?
Hey, keep rolling there. No. This sucker's electrical. But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity I need.
Look, all we need is a little plutonium.
Oh, I'm sure that in 1985, plutonium is available in every corner drugstore, but in 1955, it's a little hard to come by. Marty, I'm sorry, but the only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
What did you say?
A bolt of lightning. Unfortunately, you never know when or where it's ever going to strike.
Look at that.
Oh, that's sheet lightning.
I never saw lightning like that before.
A lot of people are going to be thinking that this is a really good thing, and I think that it's important to note that anyone that thinks this is a great thing, or like that Trump is from God, No, he's the light Luciferians or the light supremacists see him for what he is. That this has nothing to do with the Hebrew God. Let's put it that way. I think that's important. No matter how godly this looks, the false prophet system literally is described as being a wolf in sheep's clothing. It was pulled out of the grave to be shown to the homebound masses to, in fact, induce fear. Hey, you're all gonna die! Get it? We're gonna suffer! We're all gonna die! Don't buy into it. Fear comes from the fallen. The people of the world will be so beat down in fear, hopelessness, and uncertainty
It's the end of the world.
that a solution presented after this period of paranoia will seem to be from heaven itself.
We will venture into a new era of peace and prosperity, where disease and suffering will be a thing of the past. From dark to light. And until then, patriots, stay strong. Stay united. And remember, where we go one, we go all.
So we've talked about the problem, the reaction, and now let's talk about the solution. The economic reset. Now this is their solution, but it's not a real solution at all.
Come on, get him off the damn pier!
What is all this, some kind of spill?
Yeah, something like that.
Look, I work for the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, but accidents and spills are not my field. I know!
A direct path can be traced from Manhattan to French Polynesia, where nuclear tests have been going on for more than 2 decades. Research team member Dr. Nick Papadopoulos believes the creature may be nesting, using Manhattan as ground zero to cultivate the species.
We know him as the man behind lots of real estate in Manhattan, and of course, Donald, I understand you were actually a witness to what happened this morning.
Well, I have a window that looks directly at the World Trade Center, and I saw this huge explosion. I was with a group of people, and I really couldn't even believe it. I mean, you look at Larry Silverstein, who's a terrific owner in New York and a very good friend of mine who I just called. I was very worried about him because I assumed maybe he was in the building. He took possession of the building 1 week ago.
Still, lucky Larry Silverstein cheated death on 9/11 when he skipped out on a routine business meeting that took place every morning in Windows on the World restaurant at the top of the North Tower. The convenient destruction of these buildings on 9/11 afforded both men hefty billion-dollar insurance settlements. I
think the World Trade Center, the Twin Towers, fell. I understand you had daily breakfast meetings with people, I think, in the Windows of the World, the famous restaurant, the World Trade Center. That's correct. But you weren't there for breakfast on the day of September 11th. Why was that?
That morning, my wife had made an appointment for me at the dermatologist, who I have to visit with regularity, right? And as I'm dressing to go to the dermatologist that morning, I looked at her and I said, you know, I've got so much to do downtown. Cancel the dermatologist. I've got to go downtown. She got upset. She said, you can't cancel. You've got to go.
Was that Larry Silverstein's luck?
It was clearly my luck. It was clearly my luck. It was clearly my luck. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it.
7 World Trade Center, but I know it now coming back. A 4-block radius has been cordoned off because fire officials expect that building to collapse.
Cars, debris everywhere. Again, you'll take a look at it. Again, this is not one of the Twin Towers. This is a building that fell just moments ago. It had been burning for hours. There's Building 7, incredible. 47 stories down to the ground.
Trump has said, quite seriously, that he's a good enough bargainer to negotiate a nuclear disarmament treaty with the Russians.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
Who has been very cavalier, even casual, about the use of nuclear weapons. He's advocated more countries getting them, Japan, Korea, even Saudi Arabia. He said, well, if we have them, why don't we use them, which I think is terrifying. And that's why 10 people who have had that awesome responsibility have come out and in an unprecedented way said they would not trust Donald Trump with the nuclear codes or to have his finger on the nuclear button.
A man you can bait with a tweet is not a man we can trust with nuclear weapons.
In about 9 weeks, Donald Trump will take hold of America's nuclear codes. He'll be able to launch nuclear missiles with a single momentary decision.
So you would rule in the possibility of using nuclear weapons against ISIS?
Well, I'm never going to rule anything out.
I will not be a happy trigger like some people might be. I will be the last, but I will never, ever rule it out.
You guys know what this represents? Well, maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storm?
Could be the calm before the storm.
What storm is
We have the world's great military people in this room, I will tell you that. And we're going to have a great evening. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
What storm, Mr. President?
You'll find out.
President Trump raised the temperature in his duel with Kim Jong-un, who had boasted of having a nuclear button on the desk in his office. Will someone from his depleted and food-starved regime please inform him, the president wrote, that I too have a nuclear button, but it is a much bigger and more powerful one than his, and my button works.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. He has been very threatening beyond a normal statement. And as I said, they will be met with fire, fury, and frankly power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
If the president decides to use the nuclear football and launch a nuclear strike, is there anyone in the chain of command who can actually stop that order? The White House won't comment on that, but Pete Metzger and other experts tell us unless there is a full-on mutiny, no one can stop the president's order.
28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. Sound of their breath fades with the light. That is when the world will end. I think about the loveless fascination under the Milky Way tonight. Lower the curtain down.
The basic principles of time travel are there. You've got your vessel and your portal, and your vessel could be just about anything, most likely a spacecraft.
Like a DeLorean.
I got no time for private consultation.
You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so, like futuristic, you know?
Wish I knew what you were looking for. And it's something quite peculiar. Something shimmering
I want to be a president of the United States who makes sure that we never again. Those are the values I want to bring to the presidency and to the White House beginning in January 1989.
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
I mean, George Bush knew what he was saying when he said New World Order. Remember?
New World Order coming, and I'm gonna be a king!
What you're about to witness, Miss Lynn, is not so much a missile attack, but the launch of a new world order. And precisely...
All these people have, at some point or another, called for a new world order.
Once the purification process is complete, Hydra's new world order will arise.
I think a new world order is emerging, and with it the foundations of a new and progressive era of international cooperation.
A new world order is likely to emerge from the current economic crisis.
Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you
Our current vice president and the next president of the United States, George Bush.
wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you would find.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose.
And it's something quite peculiar. Something that's shimmering and white.
So today I'm taking a bold and historic, very dramatic action to reduce the price of prescription drugs for American patients.
So they can't be like a coincidence, right?
Under the Milky Way tonight. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you would find. Wish I knew what you were looking for.
Wait a minute. Cubs won World Series.
Might have known what you would find.
And it's a moment 108 years in the making. The Chicago Cubs have won the World Series for the first time since 1908. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Wednesday, October 21st, 2015.
Is when the world will end.
Who has heard the poem called The Snake? So I have it. Does anybody want to hear it again? You sure? Are you sure? Okay. So let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job. Right? This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago. And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in. And we know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, the snake. It's called the snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. The border. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
Yes. Mr. Trump.
Yes.
Are you Batman?
I am Batman. Have you...
Theatricality and deception. Powerful agents to the uninitiated. But we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce? Members of the League of Shadows. And you betrayed us.
Yes, you were excommunicated by a gang of psychopaths.
I am the League of Shadows. I am here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny. Fight like a younger man, with nothing held back. Admirable, but mistaken. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me. I will show you where I have made my home whilst preparing to bring justice. Then I will break you. Your precious armory, gratefully accepted. We will need it. thought would break first. Your spirit? Oh, your buddy!
And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given to him over all kindreds and tongues and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to this beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
beast. We had helped turn 0 into 100. His sin was ours. And for that reason, Moses, where our fates were born, and where yours ends, Snake.
Respect in our country, every American. Whether you vote for me or whether you vote for someone else, I will be your champion in the White House. That I can promise. Hillary.
Well, he's got to be in there because he's going to go after the traffickers.
Do you think he understands that?
We were with him last night.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bedminster, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
we
so he's going to be moved to do something. I didn't know that.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wasn't
He's
here
gonna,
last night.
This is the new Moses. I mean, I'm still Jesus, but he's the new Moses. Pharaoh, let my children go free.
All right. I did not know that was an impressive screening at Bedminster, I guess. Yeah. Eduardo, Jim Caviezel, great to see you again. Yeah. Congratulations on all your success. I can't say I'm surprised, but I know how intense you are. And good job.
Nobody can do it like me. Nobody. Nobody can do it like me. Honestly.
Nobody's stronger than me.
Nobody has better toys than I do.
There's nobody bigger or better at the military than I am.
Nobody loves the Bible more than I do.
Nobody builds walls better than me. Nobody's better to people with disabilities than me.
Nobody's fighting for the veterans like I'm fighting for the veterans.
There's nobody that's done so much for equality as I have.
There's nobody more pro-Israel than I am. There's nobody more conservative than me. There is nobody that respects women more than I do.
Nobody would be tougher on ISIS than Donald Trump.
Because nobody's ever had crowds like Trump has had.
There's nobody that understands the horror of nuclear better than me. And nobody even understands it but me. It's called devaluation. The sale of the uranium that nobody knows what it means. I know what it means.
Nobody knows more about trade than me.
Nobody knows the game better than I do.
Nobody in the history of this country has ever known so much about infrastructure as Donald Trump. I know the H-1B. I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me.
Nobody knows politicians better than I do.
Nobody knows more about taxes than I do. Nobody knows more about debt than I do.
Nobody knows the system better than me, which is why I alone can fix it.